Hello everyone, this is Goofy Gamer, aka Mr. Money, and we got a pretty underwhelming pack. There is a Siren of the Fanged Coast, which I think might be the pick here. Hyora's Follower has a good upside if I go into both of those colors. Swordwise Centaur down there is a good one. But Siren of the Fanged Coast is a good first pickable card. Mind Control plus a 1/1 flyer or a 4/4 flyer. If they only have one creature on the field, I can understand how that's would be problematic. Glimpse of the Sun God is good, and so is Loyal Pegasus, but Siren of the Fanged Coast is the best card. So there's Bile Blight as a removal, and then that would be a good blue-black control start out. Siren of the Fanged Coast being more of a control card. And otherwise there's Fairy Span Tropper and Nyxborn Wolf, but the Bile Blight is removal, so we will take that. And then there's a Siren of the Siren Song, excuse me. I'm passing it for a Servant of Timorat. But yeah, Siren can be really good, especially if you get it out on turn 3. We're gonna go ahead and take it just to be on the safe side. And then we get an Asphyxiate, another piece of removal. We are giving up Flitterstep Eidolon, which with the right amount of buffs, maybe in a red color, could be pretty good. But Asphyxiate is the best in what we're trying to do. So Chromanticore, Nyxborn Eidolon, Deepwater Hypnotist, all of that's not very good in a control type strategy. So when in doubt, I guess take the Chromanticore. So it looks like blue's getting pretty well cut off. And green might be a good color to go into. I mean, if we're even doing 5-color Chromanticore business. I feel like I'm going to be more black than anything, so taking the Nyxborn Eidolon would be a safer pick and a better signal. So now there's Eternity Snare. There's Thunderbrute. Mortal's Ardor, a good 1-mana combat trick. What would be a good combination? I mean, Eternity Snare, good in a control type deck, but Thunderbrute is the best card. I'm gonna go with the Thunderbrute, more likely for playability. Now we could go Divination. It's not a super strong signal that blue is open, but white seems to be open. Exile tapped creature, exile. And then also red is more available. I'm gonna go with Rise to the Challenge here. So we could take the Fellhide Brawler or Scouring Sands. I'm feeling more Fellhide Brawler for this special occasion. Heck, we'll take the Mind Reaver. Take the Mill card. Ah, man, this is all over the place. We'll take the Eye Gouge. And the Claim. And a Badger. Okay. So, we're not locked into any color other than black. I'm not sure I would want to play a Mind Reaver for any reason. Okay. So, I think I might just first pick the Gray Merchant here, and then I could work on devotion-based type things here in the near future. But yeah, Gray Merchant, and then maybe the Return Center will come back around, so my dream of a mill could work out. So, but yeah, we'll go first pick Gray Merchant. So the first thing that jumps out at me is the Eberos's Emissary. And if I just steadily pick creatures, not worry about heroic anything, then the Eberos's Emissary can really get you there. Another thing I'm looking at, really there's no blue cards, and the red cards aren't that exciting, but Nessian Asp could send me into green, possibly, but I feel like Eberos's Emissary is definitely the pick. So Cavern Lampad is good, but Nimbus Naiad is good as well. Voyaging Satyr, but I think the green ship has sailed. I don't think we're playing red by any stretch. But yeah, Nimbus Naiad for the evasion. And then we can get a Triton Fortune Hunter, and we have a Nyxborn. We have a couple of things we can target it with, should we go down that route. Okay, so Lash of the Whip jumps out at me. And Cavern Lampad is good too, but I did see another Cavern Lampad, and I'm almost certain one of them will come back around. Other than that, this isn't really that exciting of a pack. Lash of the Whip is probably the best card in there. I might go Return Centaur. Nothing else really fits. Blue seems to be a little bit cut off. Well, not if there's a Grip Tide available. I don't even care what else is in there. I mean, I do have some mill going on for me. Put Evanescent Intellect on the Mind Reaver, should I want to. Claim of Erebos, put him to some use. So I'm really looking at the Pharika's Cure. Cavern Lampad is good, but if this one made it pretty much all the way back around, there's no reason to think that the other one won't. Now, what does the siren say? Gain control of target creature. Well, there's still another pack. Wow. Disciple of Phoenix came all the way back around. And Bronze Sable to possibly play, or Prowler's Helm. This isn't really a Prowler's Helm deck by any stretch. So yeah, we'll go with the Bronze Sable. And we got the Cavern Lampad back as well. And all of these can be pitched to the Eberos's Emissary. Heck, I'll take a Triton Shore Thief. Will I? Yes. Will. Yes. Yes, I will. I don't think we're playing Chromanticore. Not in this deck. So we have 23 playables. Kidding. We could definitely make some upgrades, so maybe another Gray Merchant or two. Couple of evasive threats. No Errant Overlord. Got one of those. Yeah, he'll come in handy. I did notice that there was another Return Centaur in that stack, but mill, disruption, it's all good. It's all gravy. If I can get a couple ordeals, I might play the Triton Shore Thieves. Those would be fairly problematic in some cases. And here we can take Read the Bones. There is a Polis Crusher, so that would be really good against us. But we have Lash of the Whip and Griptide for it should we need to do anything, but the card draw for Read the Bones really sticks out to me. Leafcrown Dryad would be good against us. But perhaps we can pick up an Annul to possibly have a defense against it. So, a sip of Hemlock. Can't imagine I need another. I have Lash of the Whip, Griptide, Scourge Mark for draw card business. I could play that on the Triton Fortune Hunter. It does cycle, so that's a good point for it. Yeah, we'll take the Scourge Mark. Why not? Another Gray Merchant. That's perfect. Nothing else in there for us. Baleful Eidolon. The Annul might even come back around. Definitely don't need another Lash of the Whip, unless I do. Stymied Hopes might come in on the sideboard. I mean, I might even be able to go mono black. I'm gonna take the Benthic Giant and cut the Dragon Mantle, cut the Portent of Betrayal. I feel like cutting the Dragon Mantle would be more important to someone else. But we don't need these ones. The Claim of Erebos isn't that exciting. Another 4-drop. It is a black mana symbol. Mind Reaver's not going to work in this deck. I can see Lost in the Labyrinth maybe making the cut should we need it. Benthic Giant is more of a sideboard card. And I don't see myself playing Bronze Sable. We have 3 2-drops, 3 3-drops, and plenty more where that came from. Now, I could take the Bronze Sable again. On the other hand, Spark Jolt is really good against us. I'm going to take the possibly playable card. This really hurts us. Another Benthic Giant. Don't want anybody else to have it. Okay. Well, let's see. I may not want to play Lost in the Labyrinth after all. And Cutthroat Maneuvers. It's just about mono black. I might be able to play Cutthroat Maneuver and cut the Siren. And if somebody's playing like really big dumb green creatures, I could bring it in. Or I don't know, 2 Lash of the Whip, 2 cheaper, and then 1 kill all Asphyxiate as long as it's untapped. That all sounds pretty good. Putting Nimbus Naiad, Cavern Lampad on anything sounds good. I mean, really it just comes down to, do I want the combat trick, which I don't have any of currently, or do I want the mind control possibility plus evasion? I mean, I already have some early evasion, so maybe the Siren isn't that good, especially if I get stuck in my hand. I wouldn't really like that, but I do have 3 plain up blue cards and then 1. So I do think this is the deck. This will really get me there. 14-3. How about 5-12? I think that makes much better sense because, well, actually, I mean, as long as I draw the mana, I'm bound to get more swamps than anything. And if I draw every island in my deck, I'll still be able to cast everything on turn 6. Because I plan on drawing more swamps as well. But I think this is the deck, and I guess we're going to lock it in, and I'm going to see you guys for round 1, game 1.